Alright, so quick video. Let me just turn on this light. So, I've reset up the shitty tripod that wobbles and kind of this whole top here swivels, which is kind of the problem because I'll hit the corner and then it'll fucking swivel out of the way. Also, it's just fucking really flimsy. It's not a great thing. I paid like 45 bucks for it. I could use it for something else, maybe a laptop or something, but this is just fucking terrible. But I will say this, because there's no wheels or anything, it does stay in place relatively well. It's just a matter of if I hit the corner, it'll throw the thing out of whack. But because it's not on wheels, it is a pain in the ass to move back and forth to set up the screen properly for this projector. So what I did was I spent $70 on this thing. So this cost 70 bucks. And in case you're wondering why the fuck it's in the living room, it's because of those. So first things first, I don't know if this will kind of show up, but as you can see, the bottom is warped. It's not very well done. So what I had to do was put the nuts on some of them, but not the others. And the reason why this is in the living room right now instead of being set up with my projector is because the other thing you'll notice is these wheels don't lock. This wheel does. And so if we click the lock here, there we go. As you can see, the wheel locks. It won't move. Now the wheel will move. But the problem is when you lock it, there we go, you can still swivel the wheel. So while the wheel won't move back and forth, it will swivel. And because of that, combined with two of the wheels don't lock, as you can imagine, I was having a problem with the projector mysteriously being 0.3, 0.4 inches off every morning when I wake up. And I actually filed a ticket with Epson because I was kind of concerned. And I'm going to have to call them back and close that ticket down, because it turns out the issue with the fucking caster wheels. So I'm going to have to buy new caster wheels. It's going to be another $17 fucking dollars, 20 bucks. So even though it is wobbly, and other people have noted this, because the fucking metal bars on the bottom are just fucking warped, this was not worth 75 fucking dollars. If this was 30 bucks, I would say, yeah, go ahead and buy it, but for $70, I expect the metal to be straight and not completely fucking warped. Mount It really needs to do better with their quality control. But I could get this level simply by putting the nuts on some, but not the others. And then, as you can see, this one isn't a locking one, so it would be a diagonal, so the nuts would be on diagonal, and it would stop it from wobbling. So the wobbling is not too difficult to fix. But unfortunately, this is completely unusable with these casters, because these casters suck ass. So what I would like to have, and what should be on these for 70 fucking dollars, is dual locking casters. So when you press the lock, it doesn't just lock the wheel, it also makes it so it can't swivel. So I'm going to have to buy those next month. And aside from that, I mean, it is a good stand. The only issue is there's holes in the top, so it is a bit of pain to put the projector on. And then I have no purpose for that whatsoever on the bottom shelf there, but overall, I mean, the wobbling's easy enough to fix just by putting the casters on in a certain way, but those casters are shit and they need to be replaced, so I'll be doing that next month. You live and you learn. It is basically the message here. You live and you learn. This is just going to be a short video, by the way. So until next month, I'm just going to use this really thin, wobbly, as you can see. It is wobbly. It's also not level. There's no way to get this thing level, unfortunately. It's just a pain in the ass. I do like the mounted one better, but the casters just need to fucking go. So yeah, if you're looking for a setup, I really don't have any good recommendations. If you're willing to spend $70 on the mounted, and replace the caster wheels for another 20, and try to fix the wobbliness by putting washers in certain places on the casters, you can do that. Is it worth the $90? Honestly, no. That's really the problem. Is the price on that mount is too fucking high with the amount of issues it has. It is poor quality control. Now, was this worth $45? Sure. Just know that it's more of a pain in the ass and it's wobbly, and if you hit the corner, even if it's locked, it'll still scooch it a little bit, because this doesn't lock properly for shit. So there's really no win here. I mean, at this point, I don't want to waste more money, so I'll just buy new casters, but, I mean, $90 fucking for a projector stand isn't really ideal, but gotta do what you gotta do, and, can't really mount this thing to the wall for numerous reasons. One, the mounting plate, they don't sell it anymore. Two, you need a mounting plate. And three, this is an old house. So if I were going to mount it to anything, I'd mount it to the trim here, and I can't really do that, and I don't want to put more holes in the wall than I have to. And I'm already going to have to put a fucking screen up next month. Speaking of which, I got some screen material here. So I got Cinewhite UHB, which is 1.3, and I've got 4W from Silver Ticket. This is 1.4, this is 1.3. This does have a black back, which this doesn't. This is about $360 for a 100-inch, and this one's $140. So I'm going to be going with this one. This is also ISF certified color. And it does produce a slightly better image than the 4W, just ever so slightly. It is also ever so slightly dimmer at 1.3 versus 1.4. But this one by Silver Ticket, which is black-backed, which is 1.1, is not only dimmer than the UHDB, but it has a blue tint to it, which you can kind of see here. It's kind of like a bluish gray. This putting next to it is, I don't know if it'll come up on the camera focus. It's more of a pure white as opposed to this bluish gray tint. But it's not as pure white as the 4W. But again, $140. The picture looks excellent. It's ISF certified. So this is what I'm going to go with, is the Elite Screens. I will give shit to Elite Screens real quick though. So for Silver Ticket, all of these screen materials, this entire stack here was $9. With Elite Screens, I paid $6 for the Cinegray and $6 for the UHDB, so $12 versus $9. Kind of fucked up that you have to pay per sample, as opposed to Silver Ticket just gives you all of their materials for $9. But at the end of the day, IKEA Screens, which is, I think, the same as Elite Screen. I'm not sure how the fuck that works. They have the same websites and shit. But in a 100-inch IKEA screen with this material, the UHDB is $140, as opposed to the 4W from Silver Ticket costing $360. So that's what I'm going to go with, and that'll be a later video in a couple weeks, and I'll see you guys in the next video.